now rocking with the best. Debates get hot, boy, I am so many fresh. I talk cash money like I'm Birdman. Tackle topic straight on, no swerving. All facts is what I'm serving. No one's better or more deserving than me. I bring that heat like Miami on a whole nother level like a tiny. I prove points by helping you visualize, using data that's analyzed by eagle eyes. Get your mind right and act like you know. You are now tuned into the Real Untouchable podcast.
Hey, what it do, sports world? And welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast, man, with me, Ray Diggs. I got a great segment for you all. Y'all know what I want to talk about, man. The Micah Parsons situation. I've been talking about this situation for at least the last 2 weeks, and I'm tired of talking about it. But hey, before I get started, man, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. But hey, it went down yesterday. I thought that it was a fluke. When I saw it, I said, there ain't no way the Cowboys could trade Micah Parsons, especially not to Green Bay. But they traded him to the Green Bay Packers. And I'm glad that Jerry Jones made this decision. The reason I'm happy because I think Micah Parsons was throwing a fit. I think he was throwing a tantrum. Okay. And I believe what Jerry Jones said. I think that the agent pretty much compromised this contract negotiation. That's just my opinion. Y'all can sit there and y'all can believe what Micah Parsons says, but we know that Micah Parsons is an emotional person. He's an emotional player. So when Jerry Jones said that they had a handshake deal, the next thing you know, he tried to get in contact with Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons says that get in contact with my agent. Cool. Okay, the agent said we're gonna negotiate. But Jerry Jones feel like they had already negotiated that contract. Like I was telling somebody this morning, I said, man, David Malagata is basically, he wants to be the Rich Paul of the NFL. That's what he is. The only difference is Rich Paul do business a different type of way. Okay. One thing about LeBron, when he got a handshake deal, I don't think he would do it, but I'm just saying if he did, I think that he'll honor that handshake deal. That's my opinion. I think that they wanted the Deshaun Watson contract from the Cowboys. Now, for the people that's saying that Micah Parsons possibly is going to get more money in Green Bay, listen, first of all, playing in Dallas is just a different type of beast. They're just different, y'all. And I ain't a Cowboys fan, but I know for a fact that playing in Dallas is just different. Cowboy fans are different, okay? Cowboy fans are just, they're worse than goddamn, y'all, shit. They're worse than Caitlin Clark fans. Cowboy fans? Real Cowboy fans? What? Bro, Cowboy fans are the worst fans in football. Like, they love their players. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Micah Parsons has been overrated from the start. But I'm going to tell y'all who got this started. I'm going to play this song right here. Y'all going to know what I mean when I say that, when this song right here play. Give me.
Micah, 11 from heaven.
We going to church. We gonna have confession.
Micah, 11 from heaven. 11
From the Cowboys.
learn a hard lesson. Terminator, a Terminator, a one-man, cold-blooded force of nature. Terminator, a Terminator. Everybody knows your quarterback is in danger.
Passes an LT.
Quickness off the line.
Like a bunch of crazy dogs.
Micah has arrived. I'm looking to scream. I'm looking for 11. He's better than LT. 11 from heaven. Micah, 11 from heaven. Special.
Phenomenal.
Cerebral.
Natural.
Micah, 11 from heaven. Unstoppable. He has changed the way my Cowboys play. He has put my team back on the stage. He has that rare knack.
I want the quarterback.
He's quick. He's fast.
That's just a simple fact.
Sacks and tackles.
That's something I want.
He's getting to the football.
Like it or not.
All in favor, raise your hands. Micah, 11 from heaven.
We going to church. We gonna have confession.
Micah, 11 from heaven. 11 from the Cowboys. Perfection.
That is the reason why Micah Parsons is who he is today. That is the reason. Skip Bayless song. Micah, 11 from heaven. Oh my God. We're gonna have a party. that is the reason why Cowboy fans is like they are about Micah Parsons. I told y'all this. Cowboy fans are just different, y'all. They just different. Okay, like Micah Parsons really wasn't even that good. But when Skip Bayless made that song and he said that he compared him to who did he compare him to? He compared him to the greatest defensive player to ever play the game, Lawrence Taylor. Okay, when you compare somebody to Lawrence Taylor, the world want to know who you comparing to. This dude right here being some game with his hands on his hips. Okay, but I'm gonna tell y'all, he got our attention because every single week he was coming on there saying 11 from heaven, Micah Parsons, 11 from heaven. So what we do, we wanted to pay attention to who was this dude that Skip Bayless was talking about. And this right here is why Micah Parsons is as big as he is. I told you, Dallas Cowboy fans will make you believe something that's not really true. They'll make you believe that a player is the greatest player in history that might be the 10th greatest player in history. That's what Cowboy fans do, y'all. That's what they do. But that song right there, was the song right there that pretty much got everybody on Micah Parsons bandwagon. So when I say I feel like Jerry Jones made the right decision by trading Micah Parsons, I think that it wasn't. I think that their relationship was not fixable. I think that Jerry Jones knew it wasn't fixable. I think that he knew that this agent was going to make his job hard. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this right here is going to affect their doing business in the future when it comes down to players like the next player that they're getting ready to negotiate a contract with. Because y'all got to think about it. George Pickens had the same agent as Micah Parsons have. So I can only imagine that, Jerry Jones not going to want to do business with David Mallagata with the contract for George Pickens. So this right here is just a bad situation all the way around, man. I think egos got involved. I think Micah Parsons' ego, Jerry Jones' ego. I think that when you got an ego and you go up against a billionaire, it's gonna be hard to defeat that billionaire. I'm just being honest with you, man. Everybody, you already know that. It's gonna be hard to defeat that billionaire. And I think that this right here, what it was. I think that the Cowboys possibly pulled the trigger too fast, but they got 2 first-round picks. I think Jerry Jones is happy about it. They could not get a contract extension. They could not get a new contract, pretty much resolved with Micah Parsons, in which a lot of people saying that Jerry Jones offered him over $202 million. I don't know how much of that was guaranteed. Don't make me lie, but I will say this right here: Texas don't have state taxes. They don't have taxes, so you get all of your money. So when I look at that, Micah Parsons had pretty much become a diva anyway. He got into podcasting. He wanted to be a podcaster. I think he wanted to be a podcaster more than he wanted to be a football player, in my opinion. And also, when I look at Micah Parsons, I just feel like he's going to see the difference between Packers fans and Cowboy fans. Packer fans, they are fans, but they ain't like Cowboy fans. Cowboy fans are just different. And I think he's going to see that. But I also think that in this situation here, he made a mistake leaving Dallas. Like I said, playing in Dallas is different than playing in Green Bay. Both of them are franchise rich franchises. But playing in Dallas, you really are treated like a star. Playing in Green Bay, you just basic. You just regular. You just a player. Playing in Dallas, you're damn near a superstar. Like, you are one of the stars of the city. So if you call and say, hey, I need this right here, you're going to get it. Look at the Dallas Cowboys show on Netflix, okay? It'll pretty much tell you, like, these players had everything. Jerry Jones catered to his players. So I honestly think that Micah Parsons is going to look back at this situation and be like, damn, I really made a mistake. I possibly could have took that $185 million, and I was going to get all of my money instead of going to Green Bay and getting 40 million, 50 million, or whatever it was. I just think that he's going to look back on it and he's going to say that, man, damn, I really made a mistake leaving the Dallas Cowboys. I'm glad that he left. I'm happy that he left. But in me just being honest, I think that he'll look back and he'll say, you know what, I possibly could have stayed in Dallas, worked things out with Jerry Jones. At the end of the day, man, when you're dealing with somebody like Jerry Jones, man, Jerry Jones deal with the players. He don't really deal with agents. If y'all think about it, look at you really didn't never hear nothing about Dak Prescott's agent. I don't think I ever heard about dude agent. Same thing with Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think I ever heard nothing about his agents. Trayvon Diggs, okay? Those linemen. You know, I don't think I ever heard them say nothing about agents because Jerry Jones normally deals with the player. You know, and I think that honestly, if it's me, yeah, I pay you to get this, but I'm gonna make this deal. Like, hey, what is the deal? Okay, we're gonna give you 5 years, 203 million. Okay, cool. How much is guaranteed? That's the first thing I'm asking. Okay, 195, 189, or something like that is guaranteed. Cool. I'm gonna take that deal. But I think Micah Parsons he got $47 million from the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But are you going to be happy in Green Bay? Yeah, a lot of people be like, man, he got the money. He definitely got to be happy. That's not true. Because you can definitely be more happier with the Dallas Cowboys than you are with the Green Bay Packers. First of all, think about it. About 8 of your games per year is inside of a dome. In Green Bay, you're about to face the frozen tundra of Green Bay, of Lambeau Field. It's colder than a motherfucker out there in Green Bay. It's cold right here where I'm at 9 hours. It's cold as fuck here. So you have the luxury of playing in Dallas, Texas, over playing in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And then from what I'm hearing, it's a guy that said yesterday, before this trade was even announced, I watched the Pat McAfee show, and he said it. He was like, I think that the Green Bay Packers are about to pull the trigger on this trade. He said, but I'm going to be honest, Micah Parsons is nothing to do in Green Bay. Well, this right here is a time where you can work on your podcast. But I'll tell you this right here, when it comes to your podcast, a lot of those podcasters that was watching you, they was diehard Cowboy fans. So do you think you're going to have that same platform? I'll tell you how I know you won't have that same platform that you got when you was in Dallas. I'll tell you, and I'm going to explain this right here, and I'm going to let you all go. But when you play in Dallas, right, let's look at the difference. You play in Dallas and Green Bay. First of all, who is the Green Bay Packers' best defensive player right now? Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows. You want to know why? Because nobody really pays attention to defensive players like that, to be honest with you. We pay attention to Micah Parsons because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Think about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett he's the most dominant defensive player in the league, but nobody talks about it. TJ Watts, nobody talks about it. Aaron Donald, nobody talked about him. Nobody talks about defensive players. But we talked about Micah Parsons damn near every single week. You want to know why? Because it's just Cowboy fans. And this song right here was the reason why we paid attention to Micah Parsons. Now he's going to Green Bay. Watch nobody. We're not going to even be talking about him no more. We'll probably be talking about his trade from the Dallas Cowboys, but they're not going to be talking about him. And then he's going to see, like, maybe he don't want that type of spotlight. And I'm going to tell you one thing, that a Dallas Cowboy player, the difference between a Dallas Cowboy player and just another regular player. Look at all the Dak. Look at all look at all the things that Dak Prescott have. All the different types of what is it called, man? The people that fuck it. But the foundation and all the sponsors. That's what I'm trying. Sponsors. Look at all the sponsors that Dak Prescott has. Do you honestly think Dak Prescott would have those type of sponsors if he played anywhere else besides Dallas? Micah Parsons have those same type of sponsors. Do you think that he'll have those sponsors if he didn't play for Dallas? And that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to understand, it's a difference playing in Dallas. It's a different playing in Green Bay. It's a difference playing in New England. Like, think about Tom Brady played in New England, but like, they really didn't talk about Tom Brady like that. Yeah, they talk about Bill Belichick more than they talk about Tom Brady, but they talked about him a lot. But he's a quarterback. But the defensive players, like, you think they was about to go in and interview the Patriots defensive player Chandler Jones and Vince Wilfork? Like, no, they don't interview defensive players like that. They don't care. But in Dallas, they care about their defensive players. That's right there why I say Micah Parsons is going to look back at this and think, damn, I really made a mistake by leaving Dallas. I should have just, me and Jerry could have possibly just fixed this and we could have moved on. But I think that the egos got in the way. I think that by Micah Parsons being such an emotional person, Dak definitely got in the way. So when I look at these two sides, I think both of them made a lot of mistakes in this. But I agree with Jerry Jones. I would have traded Micah Parsons as well. Once you got to the point where you're gonna do what you want to do, I think it's time that we go ahead and cut base with you. We're going to send you somewhere because Jerry Jones could have did some bullshit and sent them to the Vegas Raiders. He could have, but he sent them to a championship team. He sent them to Green Bay. So I think Cowboy fans got to understand, like, shit, that just tell you what type of person Jerry Jones is. He didn't even send him to the worst team in the league. He didn't send him to the Carolina Panthers. He sent him to the Green Bay Packers, a team that's missing a defensive end that can possibly challenge the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl. So he actually looked out for Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons got paid. So for the people that's mad at Jerry Jones is really not a bad guy. I think people just, got a misperception when it comes to him. Okay. And I'm not a Jerry Jones fan. I'm not a Cowboy fan. But I'm just the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Like, he take care of his players. He loves his players. I think he loves his players way too much. But people be sitting here acting like this dude is just the worst person on earth. When in reality, he might be one of the best owners in the league to play for. And plus, when you're a star. But Cowboy fans don't see that. They never seen that. They only see, hey, he's the reason we're losing. No, he's not the reason. The players are the reason you're losing. The players, Dak Prescott choked those games. It wasn't Jerry Jones. It was Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was the one who choked those games. Micah Parsons was the reason why y'all defense was not getting to the quarterback because he's a defensive end. And if I'm the Cowboys, I'm thinking like, damn, we probably could have just kept DeMarcus Lawrence. If we knew that we was going to lose Micah Parsons. But, I'm pretty sure they didn't know that they was losing Micah Parsons. But if they thought that they was going to lose him, they possibly could have kept DeMarcus Lawrence and, run that back. But like I said before, man, I think that this right here was something that had to happen. Micah Parsons had to get traded. And I think Jerry looked out for him by trading him to the Green Bay Packers. But Micah Parsons was not worth $225 million. That's why he didn't get it. Yeah, they gave him $47 million they gave him $47 million salary, and they gave him $188 million, and they gave him 150, 60, whatever it was, guaranteed. But he was not worth $225 million, if that's right there what he was trying to get from the Dallas Cowboys. And if you want, and honestly, playing for the Dallas Cowboys, man, like I said, it's a lot of perks that comes with it than playing with Green Bay. So, like I said, when I look back at it, I think Micah Parsons will look back at this and think, fuck, I made a mistake. I probably should have stayed in Dallas. I probably should have just, me and Jerry Jones could have fixed this, put our egos aside, and possibly made a deal. Because honestly, going to Green Bay, yeah, you got a chance to win. You got Jordan Love, which he stays hurt a lot as well. So if your quarterback goes down, then you're still in the same situation that you was in. You just got paid. So, but hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said before, I knew that this right here was possibly going to happen. I said, I've been saying this. Micah Parsons Jerry Jones got to trade Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones got to trade. And people was like, man, you just saying that because you don't like the Cowboys. No, I was saying that because I knew that they was in a place. And I think by him laying on that table, that was pretty much the end of it. I think that was pretty much the last straw. The Cowboy was like, fuck it. We just let him go. It is what it is. And I think that's why they did it. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. The Micah Parsons situation. Micah Parsons was traded to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and 1 player. But hey, until next time, man. Peace.